Hi guys, so I am now about to weave my hair. I'm about to do a middle part. So here I go. Now I sectioned my hair and I left the perimeters out and I left my pieces to cover my tracks to the top for the middle part. Now it's just about, I would say about an inch, or if maybe like 1.5 notches of your fingers. Okay, now the back. I left the sides out also. This time I really didn't want to leave as much hair as I left out, but I'm reusing some Bobby Boss hair. So I washed it and laid it down to dry and flat ironed it again. So pretty much I have to go about this is freaky. I have to go about making my hair back the same way I had it originally, keeping it the same way. Okay, so here I go. What I pretty much do is this braid here, I braid one braid going down, okay, and I just leave that braid hanging, and then I braid another braid, this braid here, and then I braid alongside here, and I stopped and I picked up this braid and I continued along braiding, right? And then I have another braid coming down and I continue along and I go around here. Yes, so I continue along and I pick up the braid on the opposite end and I continue along, and then I pick up the braid that's on the opposite side. And I continue along and I pick up that braid there and I continue along, and that's pretty much how I go. I braided it this way so I can have one end, which is, you see this end here. Now when I get to, let's see, right here where there's no more braids, because usually I do 4 braids. So when I'm done with my 1, 2, 3, 4, when I pretty much stop adding in those braids that I have, what I do is I go around in a circle here. Now this circle braid here is the top of the part, and I want that there because what happened is, as the weave gets older, it starts dragging the tracks back, and I don't want that to happen. I want the tracks to stay exactly where I placed them. Now the braids to the back, they're a bit bigger than the braids in the front, and that's fine as long as they lay down neatly, which they are. They're pretty much laid down neatly, so I'm not going to have any bulks anywhere. And I'm going to stitch this braid down like that and just stitch it down. So that will lay down flat, and you won't really be able to tell anything, like, you know, where my braid ends. Alrighty. Now another thing is that I laid my tracks this way so I can lay my braids in a curvature motion. I don't know how to really explain that, but I hope you get a gist of my braiding pattern. Next time I'm braiding, I think I would try to get it on camera, but it's so hard. This is my 3rd day wearing this hair like this, and that's because of Zuri. But I don't know if you could really check it out and see how it's done. I hope you understand. If you need me to explain it a little bit better or clearer, I will. Maybe I could try to get a mannequin or something so I can do that better in the future for you guys. But that's pretty much my braiding pattern. See? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sew on my tracks, and I will come back and show you guys how I sew the tracks. Pretty much my tracks, I'm gonna sew 3 tracks back here, just going from left to right, and then when I get to back here is when I'm gonna come back on and show you guys all how it's done. Alrighty, thank you, bye. Okie dokie. So to the side now. Now when you're sewing the front of your hair, this is, I wouldn't say it's tricky, but you have to be a little bit careful because you want to slant your tracks. You want just a little snippet of the weave. I want to say about that much to be curved. Let me see it better. You want that much to be curved, okay? And curving it along the first braid here in the front, and then bring it around to the side, and you're curving it here also. So that way your hair, it tends to lay forward, so even when you pull it back, it'll be hidden. Now I left out here, but you don't necessarily have to. I left it out because I had to. I had to because this here, I used it before, like I said, and I washed it. Alrighty, so I'm gonna start this track so you guys can get the gist of what I am talking about. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna pretty much, I guess, put it there. And I'm threading the needle. I'm sorry, passing it through the knot, pulling it. Now get the hair, pass it from the front to the back, and this is the only time, this at the beginning and the end, is when I place it through the weft. I never do it alrighty. I could have probably brought it up a little higher, a tad bit, so I'm gonna move it by itself. Alright, now bring the camera closer. And I was messing with my face, so it looks extra horrible on this, but I have imperfections, so I'm gonna embrace it. Okie doke. Alright, so you see where it's slanted there. Now I can back up the needle and start sewing. And you want to make sure your edges are nice and laid down. The end of the weft, I would say, because that is pretty much your weave job. It'll lay more natural. So now I can start going higher up. So you see it has a little curve there, and that's what you want. You just want a little bit, a little itsy bitsy curve. Now, you see the curve? It's right here. Now, I've done this a few times well, so I can do this without looking in the mirror. Alrighty. I'm gonna turn around so you guys get to see the opposite side. See that? And now I'm going to go up the curve. See, it's gonna have a tiny little curve, and it's perfect. Like I said, you don't want to make that hair come up too high because when you pull it back, your tracks will show. So you just want to put just enough so when you pull your hair back, the tracks won't show. You'll just see here, and the hair falls, you know, like it should. Alright, you see that? Has a little bitty slant. It's ending here. Now what I'm going to do is pass my needle through the weft so I can end it. Through the weft. And put a knot right there and call that a day. And I'm just gonna put one knot. I should probably put two, but one should be fine. Alrighty, there you go, slanted. So I'm gonna I'm gonna show you the next track, and after that, I won't show you again. Well, I'll just show you as I get closer to the top, and I'll show you how the hair is falling to the side, you know, better.